Okay, we should be live. I know we got Venomized Toothless out there. So, hi. Let me know if the audio is okay or if my voice is okay. And I'm just going to basically get on with it. Um, just got in from a martial arts lesson, and I think it's time to just jump into continuing with our Giratina illustration, which is yeah, underway from last week's stream. Well, hopefully we've sorted all technical issues out. Fingers crossed. Hey, Left for Turtles, how's it going? I have started the stream a little bit earlier, but is what it is. I couldn't wait to start drawing, so I thought, why not? Um, got to figure out a color for this bit, I think, and then we can tidy up some of these basic bits. Uh, what color do you want that? Do you want it? Do you kind of want it the offshot color here? Here, the offshot kind of like grayish color, maybe. Diamond Heart, welcome to the stream, and congrats on your membership from last week from Koi. Marin, hello, glad you can make it. Supper, well, what's up to you too? Okay, so let's crack on with this. Um, what's this color look like? Let's put this on a new layer so we can make sure we're getting the colors we want. Hey, Stella Kitsune. I've started getting the hang of my new shortcut keypad for this, which means that it's kind of it's making things a lot easier actually, for the most part on what we're doing, which is really good. Hey, Kingpin Creations. Hey, Morin, I'm not doing too bad. I just got back from a just saying at the start, I've just gotten back from a martial arts lesson, which is really good. I'm really excited about it because started learning the bow staff, which is something I've always wanted to learn. So I'm really like a bit knackered, but definitely excited. And then we're kind of just working on this illustration, so I'm just continuing that really. Uh, it looks terrifying. Well, it's meant to be. It's a it's a kind of like well, he's very venomized, but I think we decided the Carnage symbiote in the end, so I've got to add some blacks to it. But yeah, it's come out really well. Definitely had a lot of fun with this one. I ended up getting sick, so I'm not at school right now, sadly. So I thought, why not pop onto the stream? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Omenheart. Hopefully you'll feel better soon. But yeah, definitely your health comes first. Also, though, I'm glad you're watching the stream. Hopefully it'll cheer you up. Right, let's put this. Um, right, let's erase some of these bits that are going over. Try and work a little bit tidier today to get some more of this done. Your favorite character is Giratina. Nice. Mine is Lucario, which is hiding in the back here. But nice. Hey Tegan. Yes, but I'm not live next Monday. Next Monday I'm not about, so it will either be a video or it will be the live stream will be moved to a different day in the week. But next Monday I'm definitely not about, so I can't do what if I go up in small stages? Interesting. Maybe because that's there. Hmm. Oh well. Uh, we can cheat. We can zoom in and make the brush the size we want it to be on the screen rather than make the brush match the screen. We'll just make the screen match the brush, which is a nice little trick if you're doing a live stream. Doesn't work so well when you're making individual videos though, because zooming in and out does get a bit jarring over time. What, Marin? What are you going to tell me? You've got to guess what? You finished school for the year. You graduated early. You That girl you like's talking to you. Tell me what. I don't know, Marion. I can't guess. So you got to tell me. Oh, you did get a girlfriend. Well, in that case, congratulations. Hmm. Omenhart, I'm afraid no, I haven't. I've my weekend plans got completely flipped upside down with some home decorating that took longer than it should have done on some aspects. Had to paint the boys' room. Finally managed to get a start on that, so that kind of threw my plans for the reading it out. However, it is on my comic list, and if it is any makes you any feel any better, I haven't read any of my usual mangas or webtoons or comics this, you know, this weekend or this week, so I've got a lot of catching up to do. So I plan to maybe tomorrow night or Wednesday sit down and go through the list. However, it is on the list. I can confirm that. Uh, I don't know what Stella put. They've retracted their message. You didn't miss much. I'm just working on the Giratina illustration, just working through the various parts of it for what needs to be rendered, really. Need to pick a color for that middle bit as well while I'm here. That's cool. And we've kind of got that digital painting feel to this. I may mix the painting fill up with a bit of the normal fill from the illustrations when I come to the light and shading, but for the most part, there's going to be a chunk of this pretty much done to the paintery style underneath, so it kind of gives that effect. And then if I can do, I'll do some paintery bits over the top. Doing a painting style take a lot longer than doing the other style. So whereas I could knock this illustration out in about 3, maybe 4 hours with the other style, painting style may take longer. I know we're on a live stream, but depends what's happening. Cool. But it's nice to just paint something, or just, get a brush out digitally painting and just slap the colors on. It will look really cool by the end of it. It's just a case of I haven't done anything this way in a while, so I thought it might be nice to dust off the brush and do it. If we do change it midstream, it's not going to be an issue. It won't impact on the final outcome for the illustration, which is obviously key. Emotional damage. Nice. So what has everyone been up to today? Have you guys been up to anything interesting? I mean, like I say, I've been at work. I've done a bit of the artwork for Friday's the Amazing Digital Circus Part 2, as Dragons, that is, Part 2. Uh, for that video. I haven't written the script out properly yet, but I've done the artwork for 2 of them. I have to say, there's at least 3 characters in this, which are really complex for me to kind of do. Maybe, well, actually, no, 4. I think all the characters are a bit challenging to turn into dragons in this episode, but I am looking forward to how it comes out. Stella's currently drawing. Nice. And you got an X account. That sounds so weird because I'm so used to it being Twitter, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, make sure you do your homework as well, but just chill and make sure you rest up as well. Don't overdo it. Marin, you were writing earlier. Nice. Uh, right, that's that layer, but I need to come up above the red layer for some of these now, just to make these work. I've got to remember to use the shortcut um, cut keypad from time to time. I've got it. I have been using it. It has sped up my process a little bit. but I keep forgetting about it because I'm not used to using that form of keypad at the moment, which is a bit of a catch-22 because it's really useful. It has sped up some of my illustrations I've done or had to play around with, which is quite cool. Hi, Wolf Galaxy. How's it going? And welcome to the stream. Hopefully your Monday, I'll leave it at your Monday has been really good. I don't know where most people are in the world. I know a huge amount of the subscribers and the watchers are from over in America. It's like 5 hours behind here in the UK at least. But we do have some people from other areas of the world, which is really, really cool. Uh, you've got a mustache, not a big one, and you're not even an adult. Well, welcome to puberty. But yeah, Mari, no, that's quite cool. Galahow 19. Hey, it's not. I'm not doing anything on it at the moment, until the submissions are in from Friday. So Friday is when the final submissions are to be submitted by. Once that is done, I will work on the script next week. I'm very busy at the moment this week working out whether next Monday is going to be a it's not a live stream, so it's either I move the live stream to a different day next week, or I knock out a quick video, maybe Pokémon Venomized Part 3. Depends what I can do. Oh, Wolf Galaxy. Well, hi to you and hi to your friend. Okay, let's do that on the new layer above there and make that a nice pinkish tone. Don't know. Layers really make the difference when you're working on stuff. They can make or break it, but they really do help. Tegan, if you've got a question, ask away, and I will do my best to answer it. I don't guarantee my advice works for everybody, but if I do give any advice in the stream and it helps somebody out, then it's worth it, even if it's just a starting point. How many submissions have I had so far? Let me think. I think we've had one, two, three. Um, I don't actually know. That is a very good question. I'll see if I've got anything in the folder saved down. If I haven't, then you're gonna have to wait till after the stream because everything else takes forever to load. One, three, four. I think I've got about 5 or 6 so far. Um, so we'll have to see what happens on that one. It may be more. Usually I get an influx near the end, but it just varies from time to time. I'll look at the chat again in a minute. Myron's got 2 questions. Okay, I'll look at them in a minute. Wolf Galaxy. I could make a Pikachu, but at the moment we're going to finish this one off on this stream. I do need to do a Pikachu Venomized at some point, so I might add that to one of the actual episodes with some lore. But at the moment, don't know if we'll have time to do a Pikachu. Uh, how are you doing, and how are you drawing so damn good? I'm doing good. I've had a very fun lesson this evening, which is kind of motivating me, and it's just practice in terms of the drawing good. Kind of feel okay. I think that needs to be an orange color behind here. Oops, they're too far behind. Just add the layer here. Um, oh, I quite like that. I do like that. That's not bad. That's quite nice, that orange color. I think we'll add the orange in. What else have we got? How does shading work when it's face on? For example, a monster next to a wall looking at someone pointing at light. A light at it. So anything that's got, depending where the light focal point is, the best way to describe it is kind of look at your hand and shine a torch on your hand. It sounds really daft, but I use a blue light for this. Your hand straight on and something coming on it, as you can see, it's kind of all lit up by the bits at the back. So it's kind of straight on. It's almost flat, and it's just the edges around the outline that'll get the shading. Um, so basically, for the depth of 3D, you'd have your normal color, a lighter color, the highlight color, all on the front of the face. Unless anything can cast a shadow, like glasses or something in front of them onto it, like a hand up like that, and it'll cast a bit of a shadow over part of the under the arm, sort of like across the forehead bit for me here. It would literally be just the edges of the face and maybe in the ears would have it, and then a shadow around the head near the wall, depending how far away they are. I think that's probably the best bit. Um, so that's probably the best advice I can do is shine something straight on and copy it. Even if it's a face in the mirror, or put your get your phone, turn the camera around with the flash on, so the light's on it, line it up with your face and take a picture. And then you'll see where the light hits straight, and you can tell by the intensity what's happening. Um, that'd be a good starting point. But or look at your hand, as I say, look at something that's kind of got similar shapes or structure, and just shine a light straight onto it. Kingdom Creation. Speaking of community redraw, do you remember how many subs you had when you first started doing them? I'm trying to figure a good time to introduce something similar on my channel. I didn't. I did them when I had about 1,000 odd subscribers. To be honest, I wasn't originally going to do them. I'd ummed and ahed about it for months, and I put a community tab poll out. And the only thing that made me really give me the go ahead, because I didn't want to be seen as just copying Popcross, was he just turned around and said, "Yeah, go for it. It's a great way to give back to the community," which I was thinking anyway, and I just did. Um, as long as you've got, I guess it's not a case of you've got a lot of subscribers. If you're unsure, put a community tab out. If you get enough people saying, "Yeah, I'm up for it," then go for it and give it a go. Uh, but it just depends on the size of your channel at the time, which is one of those ones. Hi, Red Knight. It's not a problem if you're late. I started a bit earlier. Have you noticed the trend of reincarnation anime? Skeleton Knight Overlord reincarnated as a sword. My life is a villainous, and the list just goes on and on. I'm just because, yeah. In fact, any ice, they're called Isekei live, like Isekei life. It's just basically the Japanese, well, the basics is the genre of them. There's tons of them. There's uh, am I the strongest in the world, or whatever it is. There's hundreds of them that get reincarnated, or they are in a virtual like MMR, sorry, MMO. Um, so they have those, and they're very big. They're very, very big. But yeah, there's you go through phases where you get them. If it's not that, it's always like spellcasters and fantasy mixed in with modern day age stuff, which is quite cool. But yeah, I have noticed that there is a large number of them. So I wanted to watch Podcast in the episode. That's fine, Venomized Toothless. I know some guys will jump out when it comes out. I've already seen the artwork, so I'm not really worried about that. Uh, as with him, I'm going to do shameless plug here. As with him, I've got a Patreon too, and you could subscribe to that if you want to, and if you can afford it. If you can't, don't worry about it. Where you get the artwork from the channel and the inks from the episodes. I don't do a podcast of design notes and stuff. I don't have time to do anything like that, even if I wanted to. But but yeah, you can. I've seen his artwork because it's already up a day before, which is quite cool. Hey Justin, how's it going? And hey D9 Flow. Owenhart, I'm working on the design of a character I made many times. Many, oh, you of a that character I made many titles.
I made a design and he looks like every character I've submitted for community redraws, but I'm thinking of a new alternate design. That'd be quite cool. Something more gold-like, more cat-like, and hands, lots of hands. Uh, oh, god-like. Not a problem. Drawing hands is difficult, so if you get any good resources or anything, be sure to share them about the Discord in link lane. Also, guys, if you're new here, I do have a Discord where you can put your art for feedback. It's not guaranteed to be me giving the feedback, but members in the community will help each other, as well as you can submit to the redraw submissions on there. So, um, yeah, if you're interested, be sure to check that out. There's usually a link in the description of almost every video, no, actually every video, and in the about section on the channel. Uh, I like your venomized toothless. I like you venomized toothless. You're a smart person. You started watching my favorite anime, Justin said. What's my favorite anime, Justin? Let's see. I've got a couple I like, but there's I'm trying to think what my favorite anime would be actually. I'd be interested to see what you say. I've got a lot. I know, well, actually, my favorite anime, my all-time favorite, is the one that got me started into stuff, but I don't know if Justin's watching it or not. Um, can we do pop culture references for the whole stream? How do you mean? What, just calling people pop culture characters or something? Can the narrator say happy birthday, but it turns into chaos a little bit later on? Uh, you put Paul out and the results in his favour. That's great. I would also not overdo it. So if you're going to do it, Kingpin Creations, give them a simple way of entering, obviously, and also give a way to, so whether it's an email or a Discord link or whatever it's going to be, but also make sure you've got the theme out, a deadline, and you give yourself time before the end of the month. This is why myself and Popcross literally, depending on the number of submissions that come in and how long to do it, usually we give about a week to do the artwork and the scripting and stuff. We might start bits beforehand, but minimum of a week on the deadline before the end of the month because it does take longer, especially if you do a twist on it like we do. Like sometimes we'll venomize the characters, sometimes we'll tweak them slightly, sometimes we'll just do a straight redraw. Um, should be quite cool. I will say my theme for next month for the at the end of this redraw has already kind of been said by Potcross on one of his, but I'm not worried about that. It's just how it falls into it. What have we got? Uh, okay, let's have a look at the rest of it. Have I seen the lore about Frostbite yet? Red Knight, I have, but you've sent it in email and then you've sent updates on comments. So are the updates just general updates that don't reflect what's in the email, or is it supposed to be an update to what you sent in the email so I know if it's part of the redraw or not? Because I kind of need to know that. Um, yeah, and all the animes always end up accidentally having a harem. That's not an accident. They always do, but yeah. Eminence in Shadow is a good one. Yes, that is brilliant with it, especially with the tournament that he does where it gives him the oldest one that he just fights easily. From Shadow Garden. Yeah, I've watched it. Uh accidentally taught myself how to do the Champagne McGregor. I don't know how to feel about it. What, Justin, you can do his accent or the way he talks. How 19 says, "Hey, where do you get your inspiration? You've made so many great videos." Um, it comes from what I'm watching or what I'm doing at the time, as well as what works. I know we sometimes have it where we go back onto the videos and we go back, we do a similar topic and that, but I guess the inspiration comes twofold. One, I'm always drawing. I have been since I was younger, since I was little. There's pictures of me in old photo albums with an A3 sketchbook and a handful of pens walking down the garden path. I'm not kidding. I've always had a pen or pencil in my hand for years. So that's one place where I get it from. And then the other is a case of there's so many amazing things out there that you can mix and mash and that as long as you know what you're doing. Or I say learn what you're doing, as long as you can come up with a good concept. So like the dragon videos, I mean, if it's trending, it's a no-brainer. That the Amazing Digital Circus done really well. Um, it's done really well on our channel as well, my channel. So everyone wants to see a part two, so I'm gonna do a part two to it because we've got to find out what happened to Erenfold after he jumped down that giant hole. The only problem is there's only been one pilot episode, which means there's not a lot to go on, and Monkey Wrench only had two episodes. Um, there is a Murder Drones episode coming up at some point. I'm not worried about saying that because that was just a standard. That is happening. Starting that a little bit. And I'm looking forward to doing something with them. Not quite sure what I'm going to do, but it's going to be quite interesting. Um, but yeah, it's a case of the ideas just come forth from things I like to do or topics I like venomizing. I love venomizing stuff from time to time. The fusions, I got into fusions with the Godzilla design challenge and the kaiju, so I'm going to do more fusions afterwards. I've got something lined up for that. That's going to be more December time because of Halloween. Kind of swapped the orders around a little bit. And then just taking subjects like I like Pokemon, I like anime, I like mangas, I like Dragon Ball, I like DC, Marvel, the films, the comics, the cartoons, Spider-Man, cards like Lord of the Rings, Pokemon. I've already said, but I just take inspiration from all of these things that I like, and I think, okay, maybe it'll be a good idea to do this with it, or what would they look like if they're this, or this, or this? And that's where it comes from. It's just throw them out. The trick is the stories and the lore and getting the lore to match in with either my own characters because we tend to have whatever alternate versions we encountered, like Erenfold's always dragons and beasts. Nexum's kind of mech armors normally, Demonica's demons, and Dinoclaws. I haven't met any dinosaurs in a while, so I might have to change that. That'd be quite an interesting one. Uh, and then just take it from there, which would be quite cool. But we've got so many things, and Phobias of Dragons just took off. I mean, Phobias of Demons was an amazing concept, but when we did it as dragons, we've had like 6, 7 episodes now, and they tend to do quite well. And they're always fun to do. So looking forward to that. And then another load of the ideas come from you guys. A lot of the ideas are triggered by suggestions you guys have, and if it's a good suggestion, it gives me an idea to do something with something, which is really cool. Um, oh, hello, Apple Flavors. Sorry, I'm catching up with the chat slowly as we go along on this. So, hi. And then it's just a case of working your way through it and what you're doing, which is quite fun. And then drawing it is the fun part. I will confess, sometimes I do draw the artwork before the script. Sometimes I script it out and then I do the artwork. With bear in mind, if I'm describing the art, what's in it, like an SCP episode, like the last one we just had, Monkey Wrench SCPs, I tend to draw the artwork out first and then do the script because I know what I want them to look like or say if I tweet them. And then I can do the script and refer back to the artwork to make it easier. It just varies from time to time. Um, oh, Guyver. Yeah, it's Guyver, but Guyver. Yes, Justin, that is one of my all-time favorite ones, and that's really good. Um, Speaking of Discord art, I just realized I haven't submitted any of my art to the Discord on the art for the community redraw. Yes, was it you that someone put some in there the other day? But so you need to submit your Discord art for this one. Remember, it's the Christmas character from the link in the last video. You have an option. It's Krampus, Father Christmas, an elf, snowman. I think we got Mrs. Claus maybe. And then we've got something else Christmas related to open it up if you want to do some other Christmas type of thing. Um, but yeah. Yes, Apple flavors. There is Discord. Links are in the description of some videos, and they are also in a um they're also in the about page. Sorry, they've changed the layout of the actual homepage. I used to say, and I got the habit saying, they're in the they're in the ban on the homepage, but they're no longer there. Uh, Discord for the redraw, by the way, is this Friday, 17th. If they're not in by midnight in your time zone on the 17th, they're not counted. So I usually get till Saturday 9 a.m. UK time, and then I'll close it up. Um, yeah, D9 Flow, it was. I quite enjoyed that. Quite enjoyed being able to chat to him on there. But like he said, his reasons for the Discord server closing down were perfectly valid, and you can't argue with that if they're valid reasons. And if he can't dedicate the time to be a part of the server that's under his name, like he was he like he said everyone else did an amazing job on it, but he couldn't dedicate as much time as he'd like to it, then things like that do happen, which is a shame, unfortunately. Yeah, I did take time into account, so maybe in the new year. Either way, thanks for the advice. Not a problem, Kingpin Creations. Like I say, just do it. As long as you can get, depending how long it takes you to do the artwork, as long as you can get 4 or 5 done, and you just show the information and that, and maybe do a few honorable mentions, then usually it's not an issue in terms of people will love it. And as long as you got a bit of story behind it, you do something with it, plan it out, make sure you get it right, and then do it when you're ready to do it. It's the best advice. Uh, a bit updated for the email. Red Knight, can you put the updated lore into an email once you've got all the lore done by Friday? Rather than dropping bits here and there and everywhere, if that's okay. Otherwise, I won't get it. I'll miss bits, and if something's changed and it's crucially changed for what you're doing, I won't know about it. I'll have no clue whatsoever. And when that happens, then I can't really do a huge amount about it once the video gets done if your character gets selected. So ideally you'd have the lore together, or you'd send a single update for what's happening. Um, but I do get lore sometimes changes. I think I want a huge section of black behind here. But nice being able to do this. What else we got? Champagne McGregor. He's a bit of an Australian and British. Yeah, he's a weird mixture, but yeah, he's kind of. I think he's got that accent. Yes, Renate, you're right. It is the end of this week. Wait, he jumped. I haven't gotten that far. How far on what? The whole convo jumped. Oh, Kingpin Creatures. I watched some of Glitch X. I managed to catch it where I watched some of it. I do need to go back and watch more. But yeah, I did watch some of it. It was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed the bits that I did see of it. Unfortunately, it was at midnight at my time, so it's at the end of a very, very long day getting things together and sorting things out. So unfortunately, I didn't get to see all of it. I think I watched about an hour of it, maybe two or something. I can't remember exactly how long. It was between an hour and 2 hours of it, and then I crashed and I caught some bits afterwards. Hey Ben, how's it going? Oh, they're definitely going to make more Digital Circus episodes. Absolutely. And I'm making more Digital Circus content. So Friday we've got one, and then we will be having more content. I've thought of a few potential things I could do with them, which will hopefully turn out really nice. I say hopefully because, I haven't done them yet. So we'll have to see what happens with them. Let's see if I can get these done. Uh, Galahan says, how do you feel about all the new YouTube artists popping up? It's only started a few years ago, and Popcross Studios started getting popular. How do you mean new artists? What you mean the ones doing story and lore over the top, like that the Arcane Knight and that? Need to be a bit more thingy. I mean, personally, I think it's great there's more artists doing it. I think it's also a bit more challenging at some points to be able to
get my art out there, just because of the fact that, it's no longer super small and niche. It could be one of the reasons why videos are harder to get out there, to be honest. Um, but if they're artists, they're good. I don't like the ones that use the AI though. If they're using AI and Laura at the top, then I don't like that. I feel AI is cheating. Getting that suggestion ideas and then drawing your own version of it after looking at suggestion from AI is fine. Actually, just using the AI art at the end, I don't like. Um, oh my God, the chat jumped. Where is everything? Um, I really hope that the next redraw makes sense for Aqua. Dr. Barrios' AI's daughter and Galahan has seen it. Hang on, Red Knight, are you on about this the redraw theme at the end of this month? So December's redraw? Because the next redraw to me is this one in November that hasn't happened yet. Um, yeah, yeah, apple flavors. Fusions can be confusing. Imagine how I felt when I had to do the Khan effects mixed with the Pookie Pookie and Shin Godzilla. Yeah, I looked at that and I was like, where do I start? I spent because I knew in advance we were doing it and we had a deadline and we had like we had a quick turnaround on it, all of us, in all honesty. It was not that long to produce the 3 bits of art that we did, but it was quite it was quite cool. But at that point, I spent about after I had the characters given to me, I spent about 2 or 3 days thinking how I can fuse some of these, and my brain got fried. It was literally, yeah, frazzled is the best term. And as much as I quite enjoyed the fact that, it was challenging and everything else, I have to say it was the most challenging fusion I ever came up with. Some did fall into place when I started them, and some I'd like to redo on a future video. Maybe redraw my old art. I'll take one of the fused characters from the design challenge and I'll do something with it. I still got more fusion videos lined up in the future. I started mapping out just due to trends and stuff. They haven't become a reality just yet. Uh, okay, so where do you Five Nights at where am I at Five Nights at Freddy? Oh, it's not done yet, but it's close. Cool. You come back from the FNAF movie. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Um, yeah, I know. I know D9 Flow. It went and it just unfortunately no. The mods were amazing on that server and they did amazing, but unfortunately there were too many people there that were just there for pop cross. And it's a shame because the mods who'd been running it the whole time were still there and they were still doing an amazing job. It's just a shame that it just couldn't continue. Uh, hey, Koi Fish Gaming, spamming the emojis, nice to see it. Yes, guys, if you can leave a like. I don't know how many likes we've got. If we can get to 10, that's great. If we can get to 20, that's amazing. It does help it helps the algorithm. So if you can like it, you can comment on the stream, or you share it out to people who you think might enjoy it. That'd be amazing. It's free to do. You don't have to, but it's really helpful if you do. And yeah, it just spreads the art and stuff out. We've got 9 likes. Awesome. Jessica says the way I figured out how to do the Champagne McGregor voice is doing a mix of Australian accent and the Batman voice, but emphasize more the Australian. Nice. Black Clover as an SCP could be quite an interesting episode, yeah. Uh,
Him and Chris says, yeah, it was really fun. I want to do everything on that stream. Make a series, professional voice acting, etc. Cuss the bounds of this mortal realm. Oh, I know. It's an absolute there's never enough time to do everything you want to do, is there? It just never works out quite that way. The NFS of Dempsey, having the YouTube artists is good. It sparks friendly competition and they might have different styles and tips. Oh yeah, I'm absolutely for it. It's just AI art, I don't quite personally, I don't like AI art being an artist. I think there's a number of talented artists out there in the world that can, they can draw just as good as AI, they can do their artwork just as good. And the fact that AI rips content of the internet to then fuse together for something, I just don't like it. That's my personal opinion. If it AI to help with some stuff, not a problem. AI and then saying this is my video and all it is AI doing the job for you. I I don't know. I'm just that's my personal opinion on that. But yeah, as you say, friendly competition is amazing, and there are a few channels I have looked at, including the Night of Arcane. Their latest video that I saw was the FNAF characters as superheroes, which is quite a cool concept. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely up for more YouTube artists doing the doing lords and stuff on their channel, including people like UD9 Flow doing your quite cool art style on a YouTube channel, and some others. Not a problem with it. Yes, for December okay. Yes, for December redraw. I have emailed the law update to you. Cool, brilliant. I'll check that out afterwards because my emails aren't open, otherwise it causes the computer to go silly. Um, but I was not so inspired by your fusion challenge that I'm going to finish them out. Oh, but I was so inspired by your fusion challenge that I'm going to finish it no matter what. Oh, absolutely. Just take your time on it. It's different when you're doing a collab with other people and you know you've got to hit a deadline. It's massively different, and that's not anything against what anything. Set yourself a deadline, work towards it. It's great practice, and it does wonders when you go to do collabs with or collaborations, shall I say, with other YouTube artists or other people. It's always good to have that skill set. Plus, working to deadlines is the only way you're going to get anything done if you do YouTube or any content creation. And unfortunately, that is just a harsh reality. You can anybody, um, even Koi Gaming will agree. Schedules and having things to do and getting them done and keeping to them is the key. Uh, no problem, Tegan. I'm glad it helped. It's really weird because it's the simple things that work best. It's like try and find something in real life that'll work for what you want to do, and then you use it, which is really daft, but that is literally the way it goes when you're doing art. References is the key thing to remember. References of any type are useful as long as they're what you're looking for. Uh, Kingpin Creations. I enjoyed the FNAF movie. Me and my friends wound up having a theatre to ourselves. Nice. Um, Ben, I have got Resident Evil on the list. I haven't decided what's going with it. I'm probably going to do a random pot wheel, random wheel spin when I get around to doing a Resident Evil episode. But it is on the list. I am quite a fan of Resident Evil, so it is definitely on the list. I've got some of these larger lines for the symbiote blotches. Awesome, we got 10 likes. Can we get to 20? 20 is the next goal. There's a bit of miscommunication. Where do you want the FNAF I wrote to send to you? Um, Myron, if you've got it, I'll tell you what, send it to the redraws email, but subject it FNAF SCPs. And then make sure you put your name at the start of it, like from Marin, and then do that. Because if you do that, then I'll know it's you. If you can email it to the redraws one, I'll just pick it up from there.
and make it easier. Or send it if that doesn't work, or if you want to send it on my about page. There's a business inquiries bit. Send it underneath that labeled FNAF SCPs with it, and I'll get it on that one actually. Um, Luckily, Podcast only did 2 videos of AI, but that was different. He had AIs create descriptions he drew, and then he had AIs kind of writing a script that he drew. So he had it as a helping prompt. That's different. He still drew the artwork. Um, yeah, Kingpin Creations. Night of Arcane has quite a cool style. I've watched a couple of their videos now. Um, I've only had a chance to watch a couple. I haven't had a chance to do anything I'd really like to on that, but they're doing really good, and I like their little avatar that they've done, and the way that they introduced the new avatar, like the new version of it, was really cool. I think that's looking quite cool at the moment. It won't look amazing until after it's done because I'm just blocking areas in, but we are getting there with it. Um, Definitely. I think it's only in the UK, but I swear there's a law that AI is banned or something. Uh, there's a whole thing around the copyright of AI because if AI art is used, you have no copyright over it. So a lot of countries are trying to ban it because it takes art from other people. Red Knight, that's fine. But it sounds things you're using it as I would use it as a tool for references and helping and maybe come up with a concept for a character you can draw in your style. I don't have any problems with that. It's when people do a video and say, I decided to fuse these, and all it is just two AI images, really good images they've taken off the internet. An AI generator fused two images, maybe those two that they uploaded, and then they just picked whatever one they want at the end. And I just don't think there's any effort on that. The SCP as Spider-Man was a good video. Yeah, that was actually quite a good video. I wish I'd thought of that because that was like that's quite a cool concept. Turning SCPs into something like not just the superheroes, but a particular superhero. And that was quite cool to see. So yeah, I was quite impressed with that one. Along with some of their Ben 10 ones, like Ben 10 Aliens as JoJo stands and stuff. Those were quite cool. Um, oh, do you know if you've been breaking it down, have you? The law's not quite the same as the law from the game though. A lot of hardcore fans, including that kind of artistic kid, didn't like the lore because some bits weren't in the way they should have been for that timeline. Whereas I was like, the movie's quite good, so I enjoyed the movie. It's not amazing, but they nailed the jumps in terms of like horror that you get nowadays. They went back to jump scares, and I liked that. That's quite cool. It's not gore, it's just jump scares. Um, hey, thanks, Minecraft Transformers. I'm having fun with this one. I'm taking a bit more of a slower approach to this and just working through aspects to try and get more of a bit of detail on it. If I go crazy in chat later, I'm sorry. Crazy how? Don't go too crazy, Murray. Um, oh, that Springlock scene, yeah, that was pretty cool. I think everything on the stream looks fine. So it's just literally working our way through these.
It's tricky trying to decide where you want certain bits of things to go on this. Koi, are you serious? Did you get it done? Oh my God, Corey, that is absolutely amazing. I'll tell you what, I bet you're like smiling like the Cheshire Cat out of Alice in Wonderland right now, grinning from ear to ear. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, and they had 155,000 subs. I think it was on there. Corey, that's amazing. Oh, I love it. I completely agree with you that if it's leaked content and it's or it's stolen content and they're playing it before the release date, yeah. Wow. Oh my God, that deserves a round of applause, Coy. That's amazing. I'll catch up with you on Discord later on that, but yeah. Ah, brilliant. Everybody in the chat's probably wondering what's going on. Shall I tell them or shall we just leave it as a bit of a mystery for everybody? I think we'll leave it as a mystery. Be fine. Oh, I know they're unpredictable, but there's also a case of I'm going to be these bits are kind of a little bit all over the place in certain areas. It is random. I'm just doing what I feel looks right in each section, to be honest. But I do get what you mean. They are all over the place and unpredictable, and I will be adding more onto this as we go along. It's just a case of I'm trying to get the core essence of the symbiote bit, to be honest. It's difficult figuring out where everything should go as such. So I know they're unpredictable, but they're also like veins, if that makes sense. Uh, yeah, yeah, no, that's cool, Coy. I completely agree. But that's amazing news. I'm super chuffed. That's brilliant. I agree with you 100% on that one. So that's absolutely insane. Oh no, Marion's not. No, no, this is something completely different. Don't worry, don't worry. Um, See you later, Apple Flavors. Thank you for joining the stream, and we will catch up with you next time we see you. And if you want to enter the redraw, then got till Friday. Just to add that one in there. Oh, speaking of Zool, anybody else seen the new Ghostbusters trailer? I absolutely loved it. I am going to watch it, The Frozen Empire. I have got to watch that when it comes out. What are you going to do? Maybe a Ghostbuster themed video around the time or something, which would be really cool. Um, why you're Oppenheimer? Oh my God, I'm not going to ask. Uh, hey, will you do a Venomized SCP sequel? Oh, wait, wait, hang on. When will you do a Venomized? I would suggest that the Plague Doctor and the Foxgirl. I do have plans to do that at some point. Like I said, at the end of the Monkey Wrench Venomized, I went through some of the older videos and we did Venomize them. I've got a whole thing in mind for it using our SCP narrator, Connor Farley. Um, Currently, he's away with the Foundation meeting the O5 Council to discuss a few things that are coming up in the world of our SCP universe. Awesome Minecraft Transformers, and congratulations on getting 1,600 subscribers. That's awesome. You deserve way more than that, though, with the amount of effort you put into your content. It's absolutely insane. I think Corey was right the other day. You probably put the most effort in out of anybody I know in our kind of like circle of content creators, especially when you do the animation ones where you animate the characters in Minecraft. That's absolutely insane. I look forward to seeing your subscriber special though. Oh, you've got to watch the trailer. It's actually really good. And Paul Rudd just, yeah, he just sold the whole thing for me with one bit near the end of the trailer. That's like, I have to watch this. Cool. Uh, and let's put it relate to anything, but you should do something with boxing, the sport. Um, how do you mean, like art-wise or actually doing boxing? Because I have tried boxing before. Several years back. It is the most physically intensive sport I've ever tried. The warm-up is like a full hour and a half martial arts session. You're knackered at the end of it. It's great fun, but it is very heavily demanding. Maybe I should pick it back up to get my CV back up at some point. Have a look. I'll see what happens. Currently, I'm learning Chinese Kung Fu, kickboxing, and using a bow staff, which is so cool. Oh my God, it's amazing. Sorry, a little bit of personal info there, but that's what I was doing tonight, learning the bow staff. I was like, oh my God, amazing. Um, what else we got? Don't tell you Connor is going to be a Dresden situation. No, 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 no. Connor's going to be different. Connor's going to meet something that is being hinted at other videos, and it's going to be very interesting because it is SCP related. But yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. Um, Hello19 says, "Hey, what do you think of the idea of Murder Drones as D&D characters?" I've got that on the list of suggestions. I'm going to do a couple episodes of Murder Drones if the first one kicks off. Um, my plan is to my plan is to drop a Murder Drones episode around episode 7 coming out, or somewhere soon before episode 7 comes out. Hopefully by the end of the month. I haven't decided fully what I'm going to do with the Murder Drones yet, but I loved all 6 episodes. I got hooked and binge watched them in a day, and I don't normally get hooked on like there's not a lot of series other than a few animes that can get me hooked that good. So it's gonna be interesting. Uh, your zombie narrator pitch. That wasn't too bad, Justin. The only thing I need to figure out is how I'm going to voice or do a personality or persona for another narrator. I've got another one in the mix of something else I'm working on. A narrator or a new potential new team member for the narrators. And that's all I'm gonna say. Potentially, I haven't decided yet. Could be good, could be evil, but I have a new character in the works that I'm super excited about, and that'll probably drop someone after Christmas. Once I do yeah, there's something happening before Christmas to the narrative storyline, which is going to how can I say this without getting a spoiler? It's going to change the way things happen, or it's going to change the whole dynamic of the group. Um, when there is more Digital Circus episodes on Glitch channel, maybe Digital Circus Murder Drones. Yeah, maybe that could be really cool. I did start trying to do a Pomni like anime style illustration that's more detailed than what I normally do. I got partway through it and then I didn't have enough time to finish it, so I've just got some line work done. I'm not overly happy with the line work. I'm trying to learn a stylized anime style for some digital paintings and some personal stuff. Um, but it is getting there. Right, I think we've got the main bulk of this done. So let's just merge all these layers down, and then we can start working on everything from that because I think we are. Oh, don't want to reference. I want to merge that down and merge that down, and then I can start tidying up the outer parts of all of these layers. I will be going to a comic ink pen just for these bits around this bit because it's more refined and controlled on a few areas. Not all of them, just a few bits where I've gone over and I can just tidy up. What else happening in the chat? Let's see. We've got. Oh my God. I'm back. What you missed? You missed as far as we've gotten currently, and a whole load of conversations. Um, how do your bombs hold up against the symbiote invasion? They're fine because mine are symbiote proof. Mine are literally the perfect thing to get rid of a symbiote. Um, oh, zombie narrator. How about giving them a very panicked voice, like he's hyperventilating while talking, like the Thunder guy from Demon Slayer? Oh, that'd be quite an interesting idea. That's not a bad idea. Um, oh, that's fine, Venomized Toothless. I'll just get an anti-venom. But I know they've got anti-venom as well. I know what's being done and drawn. Um, Omen Heart, it's not as simple as that. The problem with having pictures, having people voice narrators is I'd never get any videos out with new narrators on. Plus, I don't have the funds to pay for people to do the voices. Um, it is literally a case of, in an ideal world, I would probably have people voice to do the narrative voices, and then they can do that, and I'll edit the artwork and stuff. But that way, but if I do that, then I need to credit all the narrators. I need people doing the narrative voices. I need to pay them. I need to get a schedule working with a whole team. And unfortunately, currently, that's not a viable option. It's me doing the voices. So I just got to work on them. I might introduce a Russian kind of accent, but they will be stereotypical. So like Connor Farley has a bit of an stereotypical Irish accent. He talks about the foundation and everything else, and it's like um, he's got that stereotypical Irish accent. Then the Russian one will have a very typical Russian accent that you see from the movies, like that Russian English, which would be quite good. But unfortunately, it's not a viable option to pay people to be voice actors, and the time constraints and the turnaround for the videos, it's not going to be done. I mean, I'd have to plan the video out and have it to them in advance for them to do for their turnaround. And in all fairness and honesty, my turnaround's about 2 to 3 days solidly working on the art and the script and then recording and editing. It's probably about the same turnaround Pop Cross does. Maybe a bit less because I don't spend as long doing all the elements as I'd like to, like he can. Um, but yeah, it does work out to be a bit more time consuming, unfortunately. I mean, one day, if you know, if the channel grows enough and it could potentially go that way, then one day I am super happy for, you know, the possibility of it. But currently, I'm afraid that's not an option. It's a good idea. Don't get me wrong, it's a good idea. It's just not something I can do. Maybe just the moniker, just the narrator for demons and supernatural in general. Could possibly do that. I'm still working on her voice though, but yeah, maybe. Don't tell me. It's four, but his name's spelled backwards. Boff. Um, can you believe you're in November already? Where did all that time go? It's just flown by for some of it. I can't believe that. So the most surreal thing for me is approximately, I'd say, almost a year and a half to 2 years ago now. I first had a shout out from Popcross back in May 2022 for my Teen Titans Demons video. And that gave me a sub boost. And then I worked on that to get monetized. And at the time, I jokingly said to my eldest, "Oh my God, that's insane. Imagine if he comments and watches my art. And imagine if one day I get to do a collab with him, I get to collaborate with him, and chat to him every now and again." And a year or something on, I spoke to him when he had his Discord open every now and again when he was doing the Q&As. We've chatted a bit in the comments, and we've spoken a bit, obviously, about a couple community redraws where people submit the same thing to both when he had the Discord on that time, and about the collaboration. So, anything can happen. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, the year's just gone, and there's some highlights like that it still feels surreal, if that makes sense. So I'm amazed they happen. I'm absolutely, it's amazing. And I'm doing live streams, which I never thought I'd be doing at one point. I really, really did not feel that I'd ever do a live stream. I never felt confident enough back then. And now I do them weekly, or as often as I can do, which is quite cool. Boy, send me a screenshot. Send me a screenshot. He must have absolutely bricked it. See you later, Red Knight. Uh, I know a couple of you guys would probably do it for free, but it's also the turnaround times. Um, it's probably a bit unfair also giving you guys like that short a turnaround to do stuff, especially when some of you've got like other priorities that you need to do. Any major bits around here? Sorry, I'm just spinning this round while I'm looking for any major bits over the edges that are hugely done that we need to just tidy a little bit up. I just need to tidy around the outline because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make almost like a base layer copy of this. It won't be perfect, but it's just going to be enough to be able to have what we want. I mean, I get a bit sketchy a bit over the outline. It's the kind of paint we feel, but it's just sorting a few little bits out on a few areas so that we can then add the next stage. I think that's it. I think that's cool now. That looks quite cool actually. Um, what have we got? I can also be an alternate next be like Superior Iron Man like character where you can't tell if he's good or evil, not based on his actions, and he's definitely evil. Nice. You're doing a traditional lineup for your Spider Sona. Awesome. In fact, I never did a Sona video, so is that something you guys would be interested in me doing at some point? Spider Sona or a Summit Sona. I've wanted to, but I don't know if that trend's kind of dead and buried now, to be honest. It might be. Who else wanted Rengoku to survive the train station, the train season? Sorry if what I said was spoilers. I would have loved it to. In fact, I'm going to disappear for a minute. I need to take a quick break. I'll be back in just a minute, guys.
I am back. What did I miss? Let's see where we got to. Uh, hey, do you think there's too much violence on TV? There's too much violence on everything nowadays, to be honest. I think there is and there's not. Some things that you get the balance right, other things it's just too much. It varies 50-50, I'd say. It depends on what you're watching and the violence and the message in that content. Um, That's awesome. I remember Puck was talking about that collab. I'm pretty sure that's how I found the channel. Possibly. Yeah, he did that along with me and Caitlin McCann. She's got an amazing channel as well. So if any of you haven't seen that already, after the stream, jump over to her channel. Um, it is linked in the Godzilla Design Channel challenge description, so you can get to that. But yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. She's got a series like she's got 100 dragon series where she hand draws and colors in like Copics and that 100 different types of dragons over the last year plus, and that some of the designs are absolutely insane and amazing, and yeah, it's just awesome. Wolf Galaxy says, "What's your favorite type of art you did?" Um, my favorite piece of art I've done is my Venomized Charizard, which will show up underneath me. The next one, I think it should. You get a bit of a preview from it. That one, it was the first one I've done where I think I've nailed a scaly effect and a bit of an effect. That's my best bit of art that I've done in terms of that. My best piece of art digitally painting has to be this one that I've done. I did a digital painting on a live stream of uh, Sterilege from Pokemon Violet, and it just came out insane. So I got digital print to look at it, and it came out amazing. So that's my favorite digital art, and I've got to figure out how to put this back up without it falling down. Cool. Um, that's my favorite one. Digital painting wise, currently. However, I have done some other pieces of art I'm really proud of. Um, but those are my two favorite I've done so far off the top of my head. Uh, Venomized Toothless. Yeah, I found the channel when Popcross recommended you like a year ago. Yeah, a lot of people just came over and the community just looked like doubled in size. And once we hit 1,000, I just started doing live streams to to hit that YouTube partnership program, um, which was amazing. So again, thank you all for subscribing and watching the content and that. Why not be surprised if someone did an animated series for Multiverse Tales and your narrator storyline? That'd be quite cool. I've got a feeling that they'd probably do his animated would definitely be really cool, to be honest. Right. Here's the magic of this one. It's going to look weird to start with, but give me a second. Ping mask it and merge it down. It just means now I've got a white version of it. Scary. Um, just means I've got a solid layer to select around the outline. A digital circus persona. Oh, that'd be amazing. Oh, I've got to write that down so I don't forget that. Oh, I need to think what I'd look like as a clown. Be nice, guys. I know I said that, but I know a lot of people probably thinking, just do a self-portrait. But yeah, it would be quite interesting. Marin, what do you mean you got a few words? Wait, this new Garfield trailer. I'm catching up with the chat here a second, and then I'll continue drawing. Um, you've had Loki as the main villain for quite some time now. Do you have any ideas for future villains? Yes, there are. We've got Loki. We've still got Krampus, which I never drew in the end, from that
Deception and the Mistletoe last December. I do have another one lined up at some point, but I also need to reveal something before I reveal the other one, which is what the kind of the big cliffhanger bit is going to be. Um, It's an idea. Draw an art version of yourself during a future live stream and have that art version of yourself as your profile picture. I've been wanting to do a picture of myself as a profile picture. That'd look quite cool. Um, I've been waiting for the True Life since the first Fall movie. I got into it because Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Um, what have we got? Well, it's getting late by my end. I catch my seat. No, I catch you later, Galhan 19. I haven't watched season two of Loki. I wanted it to get to the end of that season. Apparently, it's all done now, so I will be doing something Loki related, um, which I started when when I watched the series Krypton. So there is something with Loki and DC characters, DC and Marvel characters happening at some point as well as a future video. Yeah, I know quite a few people found out about this channel from Popcross, which is quite cool. Um, and I'm absolutely always appreciative of that. In fact, if any of you haven't seen it and you want it and you're gonna get it, he's got his book out. So, have a look at that. I've got a copy. It's amazing. There's 132 pages, I think, in there, he was saying. It's absolutely insane. I haven't counted them yet. I'm not counting all the pages. Um, cool. I think I've got it with the chat. So now we can continue with what we're doing. I want a clipping mask on this 'cause I don't want to go over the edge. And I want to add a little bit of I'm gonna try something on this actually. That's not too bad. Um, cool, that's about right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually not paint this in completely. I want to actually, should I try painting it in? It's gonna look. I think what I'm gonna need to do is probably select each main color bit out, which I should have done right at the start. Okay, gonna do this a different way. I'm kind of merging the two together to get more done. What else have we got? I should have gotten a comment by now. What, me? Wait, what? Hip Hop Harry and Barney the Dinosaur doing a breakdancing competition. Oh my God, I would love to see that. That would be amazing. Seriously, that would have been awesome. That really would have been quite cool. Right, let's continue with this because we need to get some progress on this. So, what should I do on that? So this should pretty much be a case of this section here is going to be darker because it's literally under the light. Same as this bit here is not going to have much light hitting it, so that's going to be a darker section. That bit will probably be darker along with that bit along there. Um, yeah, I think these are probably the bits that are going to be more darkest areas. It does. Your pants are on fire? No, they're not. I'm in the UK. I don't have pants. No, yeah. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one. terminology. We do have pants, but in the UK they probably mean something completely different over to the you guys over there. Anyone else seen Side Out TC2? Oh, I haven't seen the teaser trailer, but I've seen some artwork. I will be watching that. Definitely will be watching that. That looked really cool. Whole bottom bit's going to have kind of a funky effect. It's not going to be completely. It is going to be kind of half hidden, half done by the symbiote bit. No worries, Venomized Toothless. We'll catch you next time. Thank you for joining the stream. Oh, you left a comment on my latest video. I will check that out when I get it. I have not got anything up to tell me what the comments are or anything, so I can't view them at the moment. So I can't check if it's arrived, Marin. I'm afraid I'll have to have a look later. I literally the way the setup is with the internet here, I can't see if there's a comment or not. I barely have the chat open and the other software open, so it doesn't cause any issues like we had last week. As well as the Phenomorph. That'd be quite a cool idea, actually. Alright, so I'm guessing that's pretty much going to be this whole bit here. Better just go up to there. Get to that part of the tongue down. The tongue. The slimy tongue, which I'll sort out at the end. I always had a slime effect to the tongue at the end, which is quite cool when I do my venomized ones, which I learned even on digital painting. I'll add it, so it'll be really cool. Imagine a chimera of Cerberus as a xenomorph. Oh, that'd be scary. I've seen the comparisons just in for that, compared to the last one, which does look pretty cool, but they didn't do too bad on the last one, in all honesty. It was just a case of they could have done more to tie it in, I think. No worries, Myron. I will catch you later. Did you send the SCP lore over? You mentioned it earlier. If you did, it doesn't matter which one you sent it to. Just send it over to one of the emails, unless you've done it via the comment. That's what you're on about. Um, but if not, good night, Myron, and we'll catch you next time. Oh, it's in a comment. Awesome. I will pick that up. If it doesn't come through, Myron, um, what I'll do is I'll leave a comment on a uh one of your other comments, and you can just fire it over email, and we'll sort it that way. We'll sort it out. So once I've got that, then I'll start planning that in as an episode to be done. And obviously, you'll get a shout out for doing most for the script. I might have to tweak the script a little bit depending what we're doing with it for the SCP slightly to fit in with how we do them. But you will get credit for helping with the script in that video. You'll get a shout out since you pretty much wrote the whole script. Just as a heads up, and for fair being fair. Um, do you want me to colour? Yeah, I'll colour these bits in as I go along. Cooking mask. And Add layer at 50, and then actual add layer from the top. Oh, what, you've not done it yet? No, that's not a problem. Just get it over when you can. It's not the end of the world, you know. That's not a problem. Just get what you can over when you can, and you know, when it's done, please let me know. Justin, I would love it if they became plushies. That'd be amazing. Um, Yep, no worries, Maureen. I will do. I'll see if I can see it later, and then we'll liaise and sort that. So that's not a problem. So I got this. Need to do a little bit here. Don't want to do anything on his eye. Look at that substance. And a little bit of substance around here. And that's fine. We can basically cover that whole part there, in all honesty. That bit there is fine, and that bit's fine. Cool. Let me just add some of this to it, just to give it a little bit more depth. Uh, hey, Koi, you still here? Is he still panicking? Sorry, it sounds really bad, but I am curious on this one. Oh, 9 of them. Oh my God. Koi, just send me a link to the channel, or that video. Send me a link to it when you get a chance to, please. That'll be awesome. Has my camera dropped down a little bit? I think it has. Ah, there we go. You've seen the back of the laptop case, which is a little bit of a thing. Nice, thanks, Koi. I appreciate that. I will definitely check that out later. Um, that's not a bad idea. I'll have to find a couple of webtoons and that are popular and do that. Solo leveling, solo leveling one, hero or warrior, whatever you want to call it, was a really good one. I quite like that. I did do a sketch of him one time at some point on the channel, but it was really crap back then. Yeah. Next is mascot of the channel, while the others the ones are crying. They can't be that legendary. Dino Danaclaus, the first narrator there. So yeah, Nexon's got a little bit of work cut out for him. I'm also bringing in other characters later on. As I teased earlier, that I don't know if the next character that I bring in is going to be good or evil yet. I haven't decided where they sit, so I haven't added them just yet. This is a character I've had planned for like the whole year I wanted to do, but I haven't had a chance to. I'm going to bring in a kind of a new genre onto the channel that I haven't done in a while. Should be quite good. That's that color, so I want that color the opposite. So color, color, cool. I know this is kind of taking on the form of what I normally do, but it will make sense in a little bit of what I'm doing with the kind of trying to find a blend of the two. which will hopefully work out quite well. And next, and create short comics with narrators. What was the last female narrator you introduced? Demonica Darkstorm was the last actual female narrator. In fact, she's the only female narrator. I've had an attempt at female voices where I introduced, well, okay, so the official narrator I last introduced was Demonica Darkstorm. In the last episode of The Amazing Digital Circus of Dragons, I did do Lizzie Freeman as an agent for the Department of Multiversal Matters who got turned into a cursed dragon. So I did have her voice, and it was kind of trying to make it just a little bit more of a worried voice of mine, a bit higher. But that's not an actual narrator, that's just someone in the episode for now. Um, I'll have a look at that too, Evan. See what I can do here. Usually I add other colors into this, so this is going to be quite interesting because it's more just using there's some oranges in that, but it's more just using the colors from the actual Pokemon itself to light sections up here. Kind of trying to blend the painting style and the other style in a little bit for just no lines to kind of like make this pop if I can. But there are also aspects which have to be done on the eye. Got to make the eye look like an eye. I like the marinators, I do. I just think we need more females to balance them out. I know, but the problem is I can't do female voices very well. So I would love to add one or two extra female narrators into it, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to do a more feminine voice or get a voice changer if I can actually find one that's not too expensive. That would be quite cool. I don't even know if these parts are supposed to be like shiny or spiky or anything. I'm just doing what I think is going to look right. Which again, it's just trial and error and practice, really, guys. But you know, got to do what we can do. I do like how this is starting to look out there. A lot of this is literally bouncing back and down through the layers to try and. Wow, that head really does stand out now, doesn't it? That looks quite cool. I'll add an extra color or something to it in a bit, but that kind of looks quite cool at the moment. Did you see the video I sent you, Dempsey? Is it on Discord? If it is, I haven't looked at any major videos yet. Trying to remember what one you sent me. I might have seen it. I can't remember because I've been all over the place lately, in all fairness. Um, so I've been on the Discord. I've been uh, a bit busy sorting a few things out all over the place as well. I've had a few interesting things happen on Discord No, it was the 23rd of October. I will double check. I might have had a look at it if you put it on there. I can't. Oh wait, hang on. Was this the one that you mentioned before? The video that was on there? Because I think I had a look at it, but I can't remember. Um, I don't remember fully about it. I'm sure I've had a look at it after you mentioned it last time. Um, I don't recall for definite though. The Spider-Verse thing. I think I might have seen it. Um, I will look in Discord after this stream. I'll have a check on the Discord when I check for the link from Koi, and I will. If I haven't seen it, I will definitely look at it. Um, I'm sure I have. I just can't remember. How do you feel that's almost close to the Mariah Carey season? I feel fine, but I'm going to be going stir crazy. If the Monica found a demon child, what would she do? I'm kind of curious. It depends on where she found the child and what she was doing at the time. Um, it varies because the Monica's got a bit of a. Her story isn't a simple one by any means, which means that she's got some dark secrets that the narrators don't really know about yet. Which I must say does make things a little bit more interesting on a couple of the extra stories where we've got phobias, which is quite fun. How long have we been going for? Do we know? Oh, only about an hour and 40. That's fine. We've still got plenty of time. I'm used to it feeling a lot later. If I do yawn, I do apologise. It's just literally been a super busy day. The Monica the mother. Ah, she might raise it. She might hand it to Loki. She might tell Nexum it's his. Maybe I should do that. She tells Nexum it's his and watch him have a panic attack. That would be quite funny. Uh, how many likes have we got? And if you're watching this and you aren't subscribed, because you've got to be subscribed to comment, leave a like if you're enjoying it. But if you want to leave a comment, you just have to subscribe. It's not anything like 5 minutes or anything. You just subscribe and then you can comment and ask questions. Um, which is going to be I want it to keep it kind of open for everybody, but at the same time lock it down a bit so we don't get any bots or spam stuff. That's not really relevant to what we want to do. That entire section here is going to be fun because this is literally all dark, so I want to make this as dark as possible. Coming down to these, which will have a bit of a light on it to give a bit of an emphasis on just the whole monstrous aspect of this. It's really weird how well it works as well. Let's have a look at this section. What are you guys thinking so far about how the illustration's coming out? I do like some feedback as we go along, and I know I can add an extra color into this to give a bit more of an umph on the slightly blue highlight we've got at the moment, but that's something we can add and work on. I'm not too worried about that as such. Oh my God, Koi, seriously. So two on Twitch and another on YouTube. Oh, I tell you what though, if he gets one more on YouTube, that's it, channel bye bye. Unless you're gonna peel it within the time, that's your channel down, gone. Oh, Koi, send me on Discord the name of your alt account so I can watch it and enjoy later. Um, Justin, congratulations for being a member for 4 months. Let me bring that up on screen. Dempsey, look behind you. It's a random for a membership message. Is that you being random? Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, yeah, I am kind of, I'm always at two minds when it's like that, Koi, because obviously I appreciate the time and effort and stuff for lives and being entertaining, making content and stuff. I get that. I appreciate, I'm not knocking the effort. There's still effort regardless. But it's literally karma. What comes around goes around. Um, if that makes sense. It's just, yeah. I'm in Hut says, so I have an idea for a community redraw. All out God Battle Royale. Basically, you create powerful characters with no limitations, and basically, it's the narrators watching the fight on a break. Limitation, they can't be immortal if it's a Battle Royale, or if they're immortal, it takes time for them to regenerate, and it does weaken them or hinder them because it's just how it is. Dino Flow, it was literally the guys that are members. Koi Gaming kindly got me back for when I gave him a load of um, when I get a load of the chat. Okay, basically, Dino Flow, I was on Koi's stream and I blew his mind by dropping a load of member gifts. So he came back and did a couple last week. And yeah, the guys that he is the guys that are here that got it. But you'll get your chance at some point. There'll be more member gifting happening. Koi, I agree. It's completely unfair head start. I get it. I'm in 100% agreement with it. I just also I feel much of like I don't know, sympathy for the amount of effort even a live stream, even if he's doing a head start, takes to do and to work. But that's about it. I feel I can't even put it into like a container of agreement on, the whole thing that. Oh, do you know, Flo, memberships get gifted every now and again. There might be some over Christmas as well, so it'd be quite interesting to see what happens with that. But yeah, memberships can be gifted at any time on the channel. I don't even know if I can gift memberships myself on it, to be honest, but I can't fund any at the moment, so it's a absolute no-goer currently. I want them to glow slightly. I'll be going over them later to glow. Yeah, I know I can, but I don't have the funds at the moment to do that. I can't remember I do, but yeah, I can gift memberships on my own channel. I might do that around Christmas time. I might be generous and gift a couple members out. Do so many if I've got after everything's done, or if I get the next round of YouTube funding comes in, then potentially I might do that because it's always a nice way to give back. I saved all my pocket money up and I spent it already on the book. No, I spent it on a few things that I needed to get, which is quite good. I did get conned on Amazon. Someone conned me with one of those USB sticks in a hard drive thing when I ordered a portable hard drive. So I've got to send that back. So I'm really gutted about it because that's really like I wanted that 2 TB hard drive. Don't see much, but they've stuck a USB stick in and it just sucks. It's terrible. It says 2 TB, which is the only thing that I can give them any credit for. But it just literally took forever to try and transfer anything. And then when I opened up the case to just look to see if it was just another connection would work, it was a USB stick in a hard drive cover. I was gutted and quite. You're laughing your head off now. I reckon you're feeling the pain, but I reckon you're laughing your head off. I should have known better. First ever bad purchase on Amazon I've ever had in I don't know how long's Amazon been about? I don't ever recall a bad purchase before that. It's like really. I might be able to do all this like shading and stuff in like, almost one go. Yeah, I know it happens. It's just really gutted because it's like I waited for this to arrive. I wanted it to arrive. It arrived, and I was like, yeah, and then like, oh. You ordered a Bluetooth cat toy and ended up being USB pig speaker with mono sound. Oh my God, Coy, you got the worst deal. Um, but yeah, I'm sending my one back in the next couple of days to get the money back so I can actually get another hard drive or something. Or put it towards something that's more important. Which is just what you do, because that's life. Gotta deal with it. This whole place is just crazy. Um, yeah, no, it's one of them things. I have gotten most of what I need for art stuff on the channel and stuff right now, which is quite cool. For instance, my bad purchase was going to be a gaming chair, but it arrived and it was like the thing under a gaming chair. Oh, I hate it when stuff like that happens. I've had it where I've ordered something to arrive, and just as I was about to click order, I suddenly realized it's not what I thought it was. I thought it was like more to do with like your gaming chair thing. It was something to go with something. I caught it just in time, but yeah, damn, that's not nice. It's not fun at all. Choose that. Choose that. There's up there. That's gonna have a bit more there. I'm trying to get as much of this in one go as I can and not kind of like mess anything up. Hoping that the selection can hit all the areas I want within reason. Need to erase a little bit down there. It's better. Black Clover Mobile drops the 30th November, November 5th. Nice. But before that, the one I'm interested in is Procreate Dreams, the animation software, drops next Wednesday. And I pre-ordered it, so I'm gonna have that. Honestly, if we were to create characters with the powers of gods with no limitations, whose creation would win? Something tells me that I would. I'm not sure, Eamon. It completely depends on your creation and to everyone else's. I mean, there are potential gods out there that can take out the strongest gods, so it is all up in the air. Literally all up in the air, because it would vary completely depending on the god and a whole range of factors. Sorry, not sorry for this. Always looking on the bright side of life. Do 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 do. One of the best films, classic films out there. Monty Python. Always. Oh, you got that in my head now, Tegan. I started humming it. Ah, I kind of knew that was going to happen, but still. Do 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 do. Can you tell the era I was brought up in? I know these are quick drop bits in, but this should work out how I kind of want it to be. I'm kind of going a bit faster with larger areas because it's gonna not detect from the face too much, but still add what we want to the rest of the design. I think that's the biggest trick when you're doing any light and shadows. I could do hundreds of little details, but on an illustration like this, you can get away with doing uh there's this quote from the newest season of Goblin Slayer that makes sense on why people can slay gods in fiction. I'm gonna take serious spoiler. Hey, speaking of Goblin Slayer, have you seen the meme of the goblins of Spider-Man against the Green Goblin, and the Green Goblin goes, "You can't kill me," and he goes, "No, he can," and out of a portal walks Goblin Slayer. Brilliant meme. You're gonna love it if you see it, Justin. Um, cool, Tegan. Glad mission complete is done because that's in my head still. Quivish Gaming. It happened while he was live. Didn't see. He had 500 people watching. He now has three. Oh, what? While he was live, just had a ton of his videos just came. Oh my God. Oh, that makes it even better. That just makes it worth. I know I'm sounding mean, but there's a lot behind this. I can't mention it on stream, but there's stuff behind what's going on that it's I can't mention it, but there's something going on. Koi knows exactly what it is, obviously. But it is thingy. Wait, what? Oh, what? Was he actually? Oh, wait. So Koi, he was streaming. It got killed, and he started another stream with another game, and he's only got like three people on that other game. Is that what you're telling me? Sorry, I know that's probably getting more info, Koi, but oh my God, that's insane if that happened. Oh my God, Koi, I've just read your comment. I think that's probably a clip moment. There's just like the just jaw broken, like, oh my God, that's yeah, I say amazing. Definitely amazing. All right. Emma Hart says, all right, two questions before I recommend a whole bunch of webtoon comments. One, I'm looking into buying a drawing tablet when I'm in college. I looked at one that's 360, but do you recommend any? It depends. If you're on about one with a screen on it, they are pricey, and they are heavy to lug around. If you're on about just a standard drawing tablet, I had an a Wacom Intuos Pro M, which is about an A4 size tablet. It had a Bluetooth dongle that I think I had to buy the set separately for the Bluetooth dongle, but there's a little Bluetooth adapter you can get to that you plug in, and you plug into the side bit and a battery that you charge, and you just literally draw on it as you're looking at the screen. That was my first ever major tablet that I ever had. Um, it depends if you are one with a screen on it. Oh,
So are you on about a tablet, a drawing tablet that you can take with you out and about, or are you on about like a pen display? Although a pen display would be more expensive. Yeah, Dino Flow. A Huon was the I had that in mind, a Huon one, because Wackem's quite expensive. XP Pen might have one that'd be quite good. I've got an XP Pen tablet, pen display here, which is quite good. The other option, if you can afford it and if you can budget it, Apple iPad with pencil. What I use, it's a drawing tablet on the go. It does everything you need to go. Um, if you're taking it out and about and you want to be drawing out and about, I would recommend an iPad or any tablet, iPad or Samsung or something that's got a pencil that you can use with it. Now, I'm using an iPad Pro with Procreate, which is a one-off payment thing, and the pencil. That is expensive. If you could get it monthly, that might do the trick. Other than that, I would say go into a store that's got tablets and the pencil bits and ask to try them out on the software. You should be able to walk into a Samsung store or an Apple store and do that, and see what you're going. But if you are using a laptop with a even one with a screen, you will need a power supply and you'll need to plug it in and you can take it out and about, but it'll be heavy. If you are wanting the portability, you need something like an actual tablet, like an iPad or a Samsung tablet or something with a pencil and you can draw on. Uh, there's no other way around that. It's depending on where you're going and what you're doing for it. It's like, yeah, you've got to just go with what you've got. Um, Probably not ideal, probably means your budget isn't enough at the moment, but it does mean that you could potentially possibly getting it along with a laptop. I would see what deals there are then where you're getting the laptop, if there's any deals to get a tablet with it. I know some like mobile phone companies do it where if you renew your contract, you can get a laptop with it, or you can pick a tablet or something. So depending on where you're getting it from, depends what you're doing. But obviously, I would also recommend, depending on what your need for is and what, how much your budget is, always get some extra advice and don't commit to it. Take your time. Nothing worse than buying something straight off the bat and it's not quite what you want. Test it in store. See if you can test it in store or something. Um, yeah, Dino, if that one works and that, then that might be an option. Um, Possibly that might do. You need to double check if it needs a power supply for being out and about, though. That's the only thing that I can recommend that you definitely need to check. Okay, I think we're almost done with the main bulk of this now, because this has kind of got its nice bit. So maybe we'll work on a few funky things for the design. So I've got in this habit of doing this color dodge layer trick at the moment where I kind of do two color dodge layers behind something to give it a lay alpha locked. Nope. Why can't I see the? Oh, I can, but it's not. Yeah, that's why. So you need the two color dodge layers to actually give the emphasis behind the colors. Technically speaking, you can uh, do a third one if you really need to. You've got to just work on your layer to emphasize it. And then the reason I wasn't so worried about all the lines is because if you Gaussian blur a white one, you can kind of pick up this rather, it's not
fully done yet, but it's kind of like a rather white lineish bit to give glows inside as well. And then what I want to do is add some color. So I'm going to need to delete some of these extra layers I've got. So that was a layer on top. Is that actually going to work now? Well, it actually works quite nice on top now. Unlock that and turn that on. That works quite nice. And I want to add some color to this, which is why I want a color dodge layer. Because above this layer, if you bring a color dodge layer in above it and you pick the right colors, uh, look at the reviews. Yeah, definitely look at the reviews. I would say if you can get to a store to find one, if you're in a local store and they allow you to test it, mostly it's mobile phone stores. They'll try and sell you a contract or get you to buy it. Just go in to test it and say you're just looking to test it, somewhere on display for you to test. It's the best way to go about doing it. Omen if you've got a chunk towards it and you just got to wait a bit longer, just wait a bit longer. Seriously. Um, it's not a problem if you can save up some cash in between. It's a bit of a like, oh my God moment, but yeah, it's not an issue. Right, so I want to add a bit of a blue color here for the color dodge on this bit. Maybe a bit of the blue color on a few shaded areas just to bring emphasis for the background. Definitely want to add more of a red color into the. Actually, no, I want to add an orange color into the symbiote. Fine, because the color dodge, I can also check if another actual one will be the color that I want. I don't want to take everything out of the color dodge. I just want to emphasize few sections. Also, I'm going to have to work out the next bit that I want to do. I need at least 3 layers, so question 2. You live in the UK, yes? Yes, I do. If so, what's it like in the UK? I honestly want to visit the UK sometime in the future. It depends on what time of year you visit and whereabouts you visit. So I live in the southwest of the UK, and that's pretty much all the information I'm going to give. Um, you basically there's certain rules for things I can't give addresses and stuff out online and that. So when we have the summer, it's lovely and nice. But it's parts of the UK do rain a fair bit. But the scenery is lovely. If you can get to the countryside outside the cities and you can see some of the old monuments and some of the walks and stuff that you can do, it's absolutely amazing. And there are places like the castles up in Edinburgh that you can have a look at. There's places in London that you can see, but there's also like in the southwest, there's places like Stonehenge, Salisbury Cathedral, and a load of other places that you can go to that have absolutely amazing things. There's even a quarry pit in Wales where you can zip line across it. I don't know exactly where it is, but you can, but I know it exists. Um, right. Here's the fun part. But like I say, the different areas of the UK are different. So if you go into like the Midlands, you get lakes and stuff and mountains to climb. There's the Brecon Beacons in Wales that you can do hikes up. and walk about and stuff. So it just literally depends on what it is and where it is you want to visit. Any place I recommend? Oh, I'm the worst person to ask. I haven't been out in a while in the UK. Stonehenge looks quite nice. I've not been there. Um, I am definitely the worst person to ask on that. There are some lovely places in Britain. I don't know where all of them are, so it's difficult. I haven't been much outside the area of where I am. I would highly recommend just looking to see if there's any the best way to describe it. See if there's any tours or anything going on within like a region of the UK and see what landmarks and stuff there are for you to have a look at. Scotland is supposed to be quite beautiful, and they do have quite a few castles, so it might be a good idea to start with somewhere like Edinburgh and go from there. Yeah, that Essex and uh, a few places. Yeah, D9 Flow seems a bit more clued up than me on a lot of places, but yeah, there are some places that you just wouldn't recommend, and there's other places that are like, yeah, go for it. It's just a case of, like I say, it's a case of trial and error of anything. Just look for a place and see what you want to see. I mean, if you wanted to see like Buckingham Palace and that, you'd have to go to London, for example. So it'd be quite interesting. But like I say, I don't travel enough to be someone who has a rather great opinion on it in terms of what would be amazing, what wouldn't be. There'll be places I'd like to visit, and they are going to be quite amazing, quite cool, but they're not places I've been yet. Suppose I want to go to Tokyo. Personally, I want to go to Japan. I want to spend 2 weeks in Japan in one day. I want a week in the actual big cities like Tokyo and that, where you've got all the Copic markers, comics, tech and gadgets and stuff. And then after that week, I want to spend a week in a old traditional village where it's just simple, peaceful, barely any electronics other than to charge your phone or something or your stuff or take power banks with me and just have a really nice chill time out there somewhere. That would be my ideal getaway for 2 weeks. But that's obviously going to cost an arm and a leg, so that's not an option for me currently. I think we've kind of finished this one. I'm just wondering if I need to add anything else or can I merge that down? That wasn't an issue. Yes, cool. Add a layer there. Maybe just dull the background down a little bit. That looked kind of cool. Oh wow, that looks kind of cool too. I think that needs more of a blue to it. Is that detracting from the glow that you had from the colours? I need a little bit of color into this background. Just a strike along way, and then just add a bit of the lighter blue maybe on here. Maybe that. What do you guys think of that for the Giratina illustration? I quite like how it's come out actually. It's got a bit more of a rougher painter feel to it, but it does look really cool. Maybe one, two things to tidy up and experiment on next time. But I quite like how that's turned out. What do you guys think of it? Um, Sepus is terrifying. Yeah, it's meant to be, and if that's working, then I'm glad that it's come out kind of the whole symbiote terrifying look. Emerald, it's always Tokyo, Japan with many. Sure, it's nice, but I want to visit more UK or Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh. Oh no, yeah, but this I've always wanted to go to Tokyo, Japan to do that. I've always loved martial arts, so I want to do the traditional side of stuff with the old simplicity and the zen, the peacefulness and that. And I think if I go to Tokyo in Japan or Kyoto or any of the major cities, if I spend a week in the actual major city and getting the bits I want and like the modern stuff and that for me and everything else, my second week would be getting away from it all to be refreshed when I come back to the UK. It would literally be getting refreshed completely. Um, so that's the kind of plan that I would have for it. Um, in all honesty, I mean, there's other places in the world I want to go. I mean, you know, are there places I would love to go in Thailand and a few other areas where to see the martial arts, places in China as well, see the Great Wall of China and some other places. There's plenty of places I'd love to go, but at the same time, there's also a case of I haven't traveled anywhere in years, so it's going to be really weird if I eventually get the money and I do go there. Um, You guys can still potatoes. I think we're done for this one, so probably done for the stream. So if anybody's got any questions or anything for a minute or two to chat, I mean it's midnight here. We've been going for about almost 2 hours 15, so I'll give it a minute or two. If you got any questions you want to ask me art-wise or anything before we call it a night, and then I will whack this um on the Google Drive for members. I will put a community post out with a picture of this, and we'll take it from there. What would I do with the symbiote? Oh, I would have so much fun. First of all, I'd get the symbiote to learn everything about martial arts that I don't know, or correct my stances as I'm doing it. It would look so cool. That's really, really simple one. No, I'd get the symbiote to help me draw like hundreds of pictures at once. Literally, just be drawing non-stop because I like art, and then I'd have it as the ability to maybe fight crime behind the scenes, but it'd be quite interesting. You would unlock Master Control off the bat, but isn't Master Control the Omnitrix? A little confused. Ooh. Omen Heart, don't get caught stealing potatoes. It's missing something. What do you think it's missing? I suppose I could potentially do. Oh, so you mean your symbiote would be perfectly symbiotic with you? A top hat and a monocle. No. No, that's not going to work. I was seeing what it looked like with next bit. Oh, I know what it's missing. Um, I will potentially need a bright color from the background. So from that, it would probably be the pink. Brighter pink. If this what is missing. Mm, no, I think I'll leave it at that. I don't want to do anything that might ruin the picture for now. I'll have a look after to see if there's anything missing, refresh in the morning, but I think that'll do for now. So I think that's probably what we're going to call it tonight. Don't forget the new Scott Pilgrim. Oh, does it? This Friday. Ah, Justin, I might have to. Yeah, no, thanks for reminding me. I will have a look about that. That'd be quite cool. Um, Oh, the symbiote can venomize anything. Organic, inorganic, it can absorb it. It just will break it down, I reckon. But yeah. But anyway, as I was saying, guys, I'm gonna probably end it here for the stream. Sorry, phone died, so I've just swapped the mic over, so you might hear a bit of a fan in the background briefly. But I'm gonna call it a night in the stream. Friday is the Amazing Digital Circus as Dragons Part 2. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check it out. It'll be dropping around the normal time, hopefully. Um, Next Monday, well, just a reminder, next Monday there isn't a live stream. I don't know if it'll be a video. If it is, it'll probably be Pokemon Venomized Part 2. Sorry, Part 3. And if it's not, the live stream will probably be moved to the Tuesday or the Wednesday, and we'll sort that out then. But I want to say thank you to everybody who's watched, and yeah, have a good night, and I will catch you in the next stream. Bye, guys.